This is my most used camera bag, and today I'm sharing some reasons why I've been using this thing for the past 6 years and why this might be the right bag for you, along with one reason why this might be the worst camera bag on the market and why you want to stay as far away from it as possible. So this is the Peak Design 20-liter everyday backpack version 2, and this is how it usually looks when I come home from a shoot. So I shoot photo and video, and it's primarily tourism, commercial work, or run and gun documentary kind of stuff. And so it's not often that I'm actually inside a clean studio where I can put my bag down safely and not get it dirty. The way that this bag is designed, you do have to rest it on its side to access the camera compartment, which means that one side of your bag is always going to be dirty because it's touching the ground. Peak Design thought this through and made this nice, beautiful black colorway so that the stains are going to be hidden and so that it's actually easy to clean. The material on this bag is called 400D double poly coated DWR impregnated nylon canvas shell. Hopefully that means something to you, because all I know is that that means it's easy to clean. Over the past 6 years of owning this bag, it's been extremely easy to clean, and I can usually get it back to looking like it's brand new. Somehow the material is extremely durable. I've brushed up against concrete and asphalt, there's been no scuffs, and I also really appreciate the water-resistant zippers all over this bag. This material is amazing. I recommend that if you have a camera store that carries Peak Design stuff, go check it out in person and feel it. So a couple years ago, when I started getting hired to do professional photo and video full-time, I needed a way to transport my camera and all of my gear to the job. I had all the requirements that you'd expect when choosing a camera bag, like having all your gear being organized, having it protected, having something that's comfortable on your back. But the biggest thing to me is that I did not want this thing to look like it was a camera bag. I love that this bag is matte black. I like black, it's clean, and it doesn't necessarily even look like a camera bag. In short, I was looking for a bag that was cool. Yes, I carry a camera, but I don't need to advertise all the time that I'm carrying all this expensive equipment. I don't necessarily want a target on my back telling thieves that you should take my bag over somebody else's. Side note, I love that this has locking zippers on it. But more so, I don't need to advertise to everybody that I have no style and my bag is frumpy and nasty. I feel comfortable showing up with this bag to weddings, corporate events, studio events, as well as hiking, camping, and travel stuff. It's sleek and cool, and it just looks nice. So there was a time when I wanted the biggest and best everything. I could afford it, everybody else around me was doing it and telling me I should do it, and it felt good. Something changed, and I sold a lot of my stuff and downsized what I use every day. I tend to like small items now. I have an iPhone 13 mini, an iPad mini 6, and the smallest Pro laptop that you can get. The same goes for a lot of my camera equipment. I actually enjoy having the smallest camera bag that Peak Design makes. I found for myself that no matter how big of a space I have, I'm gonna fill it up. So by having a smaller camera bag, I'm forced to just have the essentials and make it work. So actually, when I purchased this camera bag the first time, I had 30-liter version. It was bigger, it could hold all of my bigger gear, and it was amazing, but I downsized and I haven't looked back since. Because 20 liters isn't a massive amount of space for a camera bag, I'm forced to bring less gear, which means I need to be more creative, and it's actually nice on my back. The bag comfortably fits underneath an airplane seat or on my lap when I'm traveling in a van. I'll show you some of my other bags that I have for a comparison of the size of this thing. So this is the backpack that I bring around every day that has my laptop and stuff. It's actually not that different in size. And this is the travel backpack that I use. This guy definitely has a lot more space in it, but I do not want to be carrying this much gear with me if I'm not traveling or if I don't need to. I found that the size of this 20-liter everyday backpack has been great for me and it holds everything that I need for my everyday shoots. But this guy definitely still has its place. This camera backpack is very customizable. Most camera backpacks you set down on the front and you open up the back. This guy, you're gonna set on the side, zip open, and that's how you access your gear. So when you look inside, you're shown a bunch of shelves where your camera lenses are gonna live. So let's put a couple in here. Actually, these are not gonna sit in nicely, so let's move the camera. Typically, I put a camera right here. I'm shooting on the camera right now, so that would fit perfectly right here. On the other side of the bag, I usually stack that with camera lenses. So I'll put this guy in here and check out this feature. I love this. Yeah, these bad boys move, so you have tons of modularity. So putting another camera lens in, I'm gonna make a little spot here, pop the lens in, and let's make another one. And there we go. This system is great because it's so modular that I can add all kinds of different lenses, including something like this massive lens right here. Or I can shorten things and just put a bunch of smaller lenses in here. So if these shelves are not where you want them to be, or you want them in a different orientation, these are Velcro and can be moved completely or taken out entirely. Speaking of that, Here's a hot tip that I've never seen anybody share about this backpack. So when you purchase this camera bag, this shelf is put directly on the bottom. The first thing that I did when I got this backpack was move it up about 1 inch. That way I can add memory cards, I can put batteries, lens caps, protectors, filters underneath here, and it gives you an extra inch of storage for smaller things. So a couple other things to do with modularity. This front clasp has a bunch of different positions, so you can pack this thing pretty full and increase your storage by a couple liters for sure. There's also water bottle pockets on the side, and when they're not in use, there's an elastic and a magnet to keep them sucked in and keep this bag thin. Inside the water bottle pockets, there's actually a strap if you want to be strapping on a tripod or you have a light stand or something. Also on the front, there's a compartment right here that is holding a set of straps. And these straps allow you to strap whatever you want to the front of this bad boy, or you can go underneath. Maybe this is where your yoga mat goes or your sleeping pad. I love having the option for modularity, which makes this backpack extremely versatile. I love that Peak Design stuff works together, so that's why I've got a whole bunch of it. Watch this. The tripod fits perfectly in the side of this camera bag on the inside or on the outside. These Peak Design packing cubes are meant to fit perfectly within all of the backpacks that I own. All of their bags have room for anchor clips, which means that straps can be attached. You may have seen these before. This is a Peak Design capture clip. You can attach it to any backpack on the shoulder strap. I love that on this backpack, the shoulder straps taper so that there's room for the capture clip. And when it's on there, you can attach this plate to the bottom of your camera, and your camera can clip to the front of you super easily, so it's at arm's length all the time. This clip also attaches to the Peak Design tripod and any other Arca Swiss product. There's just so many reasons why I just keep using their ecosystem. I love it. Every camera bag needs one of these. This is a luggage pass-through, and this is another reason why I love this camera bag. So the way this thing works is that there's a section on the back of the camera bag that lets you slide the handle of your luggage through it. Another thing I love about it is that it is magnetic, so it stays out of the way when you're not using it. This feature is fantastic for when I'm traveling. I can take the weight of the camera backpack off of my back and put it onto the suitcase. It just sits there and it's not gonna move no matter what I do to it. Another nice feature that Peak Design included is that these straps don't just hang here. There's little magnets built into the shoulder straps and on the back of the bag, so these handles sit here really nicely out of the way. It's surprising to me that not every camera backpack has this built into them. Once you've used one of these in an airport, it's game changing and you do not want to go back. I think this is thoughtful and just another reason why I continue to use this camera bag. The final reason why I've continued to use Peak Design products, and specifically this bag, is their incredible warranty. Peak already uses high quality materials and fasteners, but if for some reason something breaks or gets cut or gets shredded or cracks, they have a lifetime warranty on all of their products and they'll fix whatever problem you have. And I'm speaking from experience. So the Peak Design tripod that I use has this tiny piece on it that holds your cell phone. And for some reason, this piece of plastic cracked. So I contacted Peak Design, sent them a photo, and within a couple days, I had a brand new piece on my doorstep. So all you need to do to activate the warranty is to log onto the Peak Design website, create an account, and register the item that you have with them. Warranties aren't a flashy thing to talk about, but when you're dealing with items that you're paying hundreds and hundreds of dollars for, and they're protecting your gear, you wanna make sure that they work right. The fact that they give you a lifetime warranty is unbelievable. So with all the incredible features that I've been raving about with this bag, what could possibly be the downside to it? If you're not giving full attention to this bag, there's a good chance you're gonna leave the side of it open and a lens can fall out. It could fall out, and it probably will fall out. During the time that I've had this bag, I've had 2 lenses fall out on me, my 50mm and my wide angle. Check out that nice crack. So who's to blame for this, me or the camera bag? I'm not gonna answer that right now, but what I do know is that Peak Design has a track record of improving their products. This is actually a second version of this bag, and I'm sure they're gonna be putting out a third one soon. I trust that they'll fix this one day, but I also do know that I'm not the only person who's had this issue. I've seen plenty of people on the internet say that they've had the same issue. So in my mind, the pros outweigh the cons. I've had this bag for over 6 years, which means that I've probably used it over 500 times. And in that time, I've only had 2 incidences so far. That's a pretty small percentage of things going wrong. They are expensive things going wrong, but I love this camera bag so much. It would be difficult to say goodbye. I hope this video has given you some insight whether this camera bag might be the right fit for you or not. And if you like this video, I've got another one where I talk about 8 products that have made my life easier. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.